Kill him! Okay, we're done here. We're done here. What was this game? Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, playing one of my favorite piles and seeing where we've got it right now for you guys who are interested. This is Wagner Cosima, the Serpent deck. I played a Serpent tribal sort of deck earlier, Sultai Serpents, and it had 3 Yorions and 2 Cosimas and a Wagner Serpent and no Ugins. So it was a similar deck, but a little different. I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at with it right now because I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's one of my favorite decks in the meta. Remember, Yorion, if you didn't see that video, is a bird serpent, so you can sacrifice it to Cosima to protect Cosima. And I keep saying Cosima, Coma, and Wagner Serpent is a serpent I'm starting to love more and more, particularly in its ways to mess with Dimir rogues and be a resilient threat that comes back again and again and again and gain life, draw cards, all those things. So this version focuses more on the Wagner Serpent, which I think is more of a fan favorite. We also have Ugin in this deck. Ugin is pretty crucial to exile the boards that the Emergent Ultimatum decks can create. I like this deck against the Emergent Ultimatum deck because we have counter spells like Negate, Jwari Disruption, and Saw It Coming, but we can also sweep up the awesome things they fetch off their ultimatums with Ugin the Spirit Dragon. We also have 4 Binding the Old Gods, 4 Extinction Events, and 3 Shadow's Verdict. Like a lot of removal, a lot of exile effects for mono white. We have 4 copies of Elspeth's Nightmare. It helps tear apart rogues cycling various decks. 3 Cling to Dust, which also tears apart rogues. And then we have 2 Eliminates and 4 Heartless Act. We get the job done on the control front. Less ramp, lots of control. So I really like this style for best of 1. It makes me pretty happy. Spoiler alert, I'm recording this from the future. It's a re-recorded intro because I know for a fact that one of these games is going to be epic and long, so I'm going to make this short. Well, if our opponent's aggro and we live long enough to cast these, life is good, but I'm nervous. Don't give me that when you're about to attack me with cheap creatures. Don't give me that. Yep. Okay. It's gonna be rough. Might be too slow. Everything might be too slow. Being on the draw is so hard. Okay, no Luminarch Aspirant. Alcide, okay. Dog, okay. I think we need to get the tome down. Might get Skyclave Apparition, but that's fine. Like, then at least they're not sky mauling their speaker. There it is. I knew it. They always have it. 100,000,000% always have this. This is the only start that is acceptable for mono white. So, are they gonna get there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are going to get to an angel before we can Extinction Event. There's no way out. But we do have Shadow's Verdict to follow up the Extinction Event if we hit our 5th land on time. But we can't play 2 tap lands. We only have time for 1. Okay, that can gain more life. We do need an untapped land now. At some point in the sequence, we need an untapped land. So we're gonna scry hard for it. Because what we have to do is we have to Extinction Event either on odd or even, and then we have to Verdict. Oh my god. Oh my god. I guess it's on odd. Opponent big brain here. May as well scry now. Need an untapped land. We got it. Okay. I'm also just gonna scry this for nothing. other than moving the counter, because the life total could matter. Are we dead? If I name odd, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they have a snow-covered plains, we're dead. That's how easy this game is for mono white. Yeah, I wouldn't cry if I were you. I'm pretty sure you still win, but probably should have sacrificed something. I don't know. It's close. All right. If they don't kill us this turn, we have a chance. Sky Mall won't do it. They need an untapped, snow-covered land, and they've got lethal. Nice. You're telling me there's a chance. Down to 3. The Kybera takedown is costing you. Should have been a plains. That happens to me. Let's go black, and we'll never go back. And they're still crying. You poor thing. All right, we have 4 life from this tome, so we're not straight up dead to a Faceless Haven. And we have the Heartless Act to kill it next time. There's the land they needed. Let's not show it until we're in combat. Yay, Tome. Thank you, Tome. Do I want this? Next turn we need Heartless Act. We can buy Yorion and still have 1 mana open for Cling. Let's take it. Just scrying for nothing over here to make sure we have another 4 life on deck. I want to fetch blue here, black, black. Okay. This is fine. Thing is, if we get a creature to the graveyard, we can gain life with it. Wait for combat. We fetch the green in case we draw Coma. Opponent is impressed, as they should be. What do we got? 4 cards in graveyard? That's pretty close to bringing back Cling. Let's do it. Let's go after the Haven, even though we don't gain the life. Draw the Jwari. Don't scry this for life. We might draw a card with it. We might reset it with the Yorion. At 3, it's really close. I'm not sure which I'm supposed to do. I don't think they just kill me out of nowhere. Let's Yorion this. Could be a mistake though. But we're really close to being able to also bring back our Cling, and we do want to make sure we bury them in cards before they rebuild. Everything that they draw could be so lethal. Good scry. If they like Sky Mall, we end up chumping with our Yorion. It's not very good. Let's draw. See if we draw an answer. Lock Mirror. Let's exile the Linden. Make sure there's enough cards in the graveyard for the Cling. Don't think this will matter very much. Don't think they have haste. Let's take them away from the Speaker of the Heavens range. Oh, that is a scary card. Very scary cards. What do we do? What do we do? Let's draw first and see what we get. Another Cling. We don't have a creature in our graveyard, though. That's the awkward part, and there aren't any in their graveyard because we've been the Exile Police. But I think we just say go here. No, we can ambush this with the Lockmere. So maybe we do attack. Attack and Lockmere ambush? Is there any way we die from such a play? Waiting one more turn could be... Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait one more turn. Because we have 4 life on deck from the tome. If this gets giant killered, we can cling it and gain life that way. Uh-huh. What you gonna do? Are you gonna sit? Okay, they're gonna wait for it. Serpent time. Because we can name odd with the event here and start hitting them with the big old Lockmere. What a crybaby. Oh, more Lockmeres. What you got? Time to get aggressive. Take it all. We've got some life gaining tricks. We have 1 swamp in the Triome. We can gain a life here. We can gain 4 life here. So we're not under lethal threat, and we have another Lockmere to flash in. So here comes Lurrus. There's nothing in the graveyard. Turns on the Heliod. Interesting. They're afraid to attack with the other creatures, and rightfully so. We have the Serpent. So they could have used the bounty, but they wouldn't have had the mana to recast it. So I guess that makes sense. Let's gain this life. Let's not wait any longer. making people sweat in the comments. We've done our job. Blue, blue, black, black. Okay, don't think it matters what this is on. Good game, they says. About to get better. So they should definitely sacrifice, like, the Savior or the Bounty or something here, so that they don't lose the Heliod, but apparently they've seen enough. How come Lurrus is still there? How did Lurrus survive the extinction? I'm sure it was about to go. I just like pointing out the silliness. On the play, against a Yorion. Yep, this hand is okay. All right, they're playing Seagate Reborn on 1. Let's get the Saw It Coming Foretold. Next turn we'll probably buy the Yorion. We'll play the Omen later. Don't be in a rush with your Omens, guys. Patience is a virtue and a win con. We're getting all of our pieces into place, because we've got to be ready for a long game. Opponent is feeling rushed with their Omen. And that's fine with me. And they hit Cultivate, so they're probably playing the ramp, Emergent Ultimatum ramp. So we've got one counter for the first Emergent Ultimatum. We basically need to go through and locate as many counters as we can for all the other ultimatums that are coming. There's another one. Feels good. They foretold a card. It could be an All-Run's Epiphany. They might play cards like Saw It Coming. It's possible. On one hand, I need the lands. On the other, I've got enough. 6 is pretty good. It's going to do most of what we need to do. So our opponent will not have the mana next turn to go for an ultimatum. So we need to take this turn to cast the Yorion, I think. I guess we want the opponent to respect the chance that we might ultimatum, so we should make more green. If they counter it, I'm okay with that. It's less counters for them to win a counterspell battle with. Not surprised by that. I mean, you hope that they might have an awkward time removing it, but it's very unlikely. Cling doesn't really do anything against them. The Good Book of Mazemind Tome. Okay, so they're gonna Epiphany their way to it. If they have untapped and it's green and they play Ultimatum, then we got bested, and that's just the way it is. But they don't. It wasn't much of an Epiphany. All it was an extra draw step for them. Not afraid of that. Okay. So, play you. Go get another blue. Could be a black. Could be a black. Yeah, black's okay here. Foretell this. Cast this. Might see a Binding of Old Gods on the tome. We'll see. But we're trying to set up to where we can play Lock Mirror and protect it. They only have 2 cards in their graveyard, so getting back the Lock Mirror, that's not going to happen anytime really soon. What do you guys think? Do they play counter magic? Are they going to counter anything? They were super hyper to slam their Time Walk. And they have extra blue. Saw it coming. Okay, they want to fight over this. I mean, it is 2 cards, so I think that's a good use of Jwari Disruption. We're going to Scry because I don't think this will stick around long enough to get all the cards. Don't need multiple Heartless Axe. 1 should be enough. Another Serpent is kind of unfortunate. All right, let's see if we get Jwari'd again. All right, they run Cling. Don't blame them in a rogue world. I did not expect them to let me hit go right there. That's why we missed the tome activation. I'm kind of salty about it. All right, do they have sharks? I don't play sharks in my version anymore. They're in the sideboard. But sharks are great for punishing other control decks, which is where we are right now. Wow. Okay, opponent is unbeatable. One to the top. Must be nice. We already burned the one Yorion in our deck, so scrying with Omen is okay here. We don't want to play Lockmere and then Extinction Event it. Counter you. I guess another Heartless Act for the next shark makes a lot of sense. Name even. All right. A few sharks gone. But we're definitely going to run out of counters. I never found a spot to get the Lockmere on the field, and I just don't know if we're going to. I think we're too far behind. But we need to play like a tempo game against them, and it just never became an option. That's fine. Our tome has done its job. Good tome. Okay. Well, they are not running us over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. New tome. Maybe we'll be able to try to slam Lockmere at the end step here. We have to remember they have a Cling and that they can Cling it if they Jwari Disrupt it. So it could get awkward. But we do have a second one. Anything to the top? Nope, everything to the bottom. They're going to shuffle all that back, which is nice. So they're not that much closer to an ultimatum or whatever their big threat card is. That's fine. Doesn't do too much. Just 7 mana, draw a card, and make some birds. Okay, you scrolled to the bottom and then you shuffled again anyway. Love it. Love to see it. And 2 more to the bottom. Okay, cycle a Triome. Dig, dig, dig. It's a big deck to dig through. Another passage. Let's draw. Could try to slam Serpent, but they just Heartless Act it, then Cling it. Nightmare's really good. Land drop we have to hit, so these are both fine. Blow this up. Get ready to check out their hand. Say go. Be ready for a shark. Opponent's gonna cling out the graveyard a bit. That's fine too. Then they might not be as ready for the Lockmere. They have 17 cards in their graveyard, so they get to draw a lot here. I wish we had our own cling for a moment like this. Is it worth taking a draw to see if we hit it? It's really random, but if we're going to draw with this anyway, we may as well. Come on, cling. Okay. Well, we could go for a cling, but then we take down the Saw It Coming shield, so it's not the right play. Still 44 cards in the deck. A lot of good ones for them too. Kiora Best the Sea God. It's amazing how much of the damage we've taken from birds. Burbs is the Werbs. Yep, more ramp. Good job. That is what the deck does. You can't be too surprised. And no big spell. All right, we'll dig around again. Another Nightmare and a land. Why not? The Heartless Act is for the next Shark token. Oh my goodness. Look at all these toys. We do have to get rid of their graveyard before we can play the Lockmere, just to make sure that this cling can't get our Lockmeres. But we're getting close. Next turn, that graveyard is bye-bye. And their hand is all removal. Any big spell that they draw into here, they're going to have to cast right away because we have another Elspeth's Nightmare going off next turn. Gotta stay patient. Gotta stay patient. 4 cards left. So yeah, we can slam the Serpent now on end step. They play a removal spell. That takes them to 5 cards in the graveyard, but not 6. We could also just draw a card. Yeah, let's wait till the cling is gone. They could actually play double Soul Shatter and then exile one of the Serpents. And I know you're like, that's fine, we have another, but I don't think it's fine. Not really looking to give up my Serpent that way. We might need all of them. This isn't any good. This isn't any good. Okay, land. Discard, then exile. Shadow's Verdict, Extinction Event, etc., etc. All right, so we want the thing that can exile the Serpent. And now we exile your graveyard. Play the land. Say go. Nice hand. I've been in their spot. You're always cursing like, I trust so much of this crap. Okay, let's sacrifice a swamp and gain 1 and draw. Not sure how many lands I really want to give up. There's that cling we were looking for. It's probably good. Cling your graveyard, draw a card. Don't know if they'll have another cling. I kind of doubt it. Back up to 10, draw a card. Binding doesn't really do anything here. This exiles a graveyard that's not there. Verdict. It's our turn to find all the removal. We still have some negates in the deck. We still have some comas in the deck. Another tome is fine, and we can hit our land drop that scries, that's fine. I guess we should save that till when we can draw a card. Cling our own graveyard here to get the card. Do we do it again? I think so. I'm still so used to hearing the chains. The chains! The escape chains are gone. All right, Tome City. You love to see it. Don't need you. We have 2 Heartless Acts for the next Shark Typhoons. Tome, 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 tome. The good book of Tome. Still doing its work. Gonna get us through the deck to those negates. They slammed Tybalt. Tybalt can basically draw 2 cards. I think that's fine. We can bind it. I think it's more important that we stop the really big cards and run them out of win cons. They could target the tome, but then that's not that bad. They hit a Fable Passage, which is great. They hit a Jwari Disruption, which probably doesn't matter as long as I play carefully. Bind them. All right, hold the Nightmare probably. At some point we need to get into their hand. When is that point though? I guess around the time we draw Coma. We don't need to do it now. And maybe we'll end up playing it to avoid discarding at a future date. Okay, do we want to draw again? Just end up discarding the hand size. I don't think that's worth it. All right, let's look at the win cons. We've still got the Serpents, we still got the Comas, we still got the Ugins. The Coma. We still have to navigate this hell of a hand. And we're not getting the Serpents back that much because they exiled so much of their own graveyard and then we exiled more of it with the Nightmare. So it is getting awkward. But there's 35 cards to go. Our opponent has 32. Could this come down to decking? It's not impossible. To play a Lockmere here. We've only got 1 card in graveyard. Let's wait until they have a graveyard, I think. Or until it's gonna hit them. Yep, take your negate. My creatures gain Death Touch. I'm gonna just play out the land rather than draw. I think lands are still gonna matter, plus we can turn them into cards with the Lockmere. So they're about to lose their graveyard. How do we navigate all this stuff? The Soul Shatters, like getting rid of those because they hit the Ugins is a big deal. Can we get 5 cards into the graveyard for them? I don't think so here. Another event, huh? They want that exiled? Yeah, I guess they're trying to avoid me getting back the Serpent. Big brain. All right. Extinction event can go. I'm gonna try to get the opponent discarding to hand size. Like I am. That can hit the battlefield. Eventually, you can't hold all those removals anymore. Okay. Nice choice. This game, man. This game. It's a battle of wills. I am curious how many Shark Typhoons they run. Starting to think it's not that many. Okay. How many more lands can you draw? There's Coma. Coma dies to the Heartless Act, though. And the Soul Shatter. It's not good. I guess we can play Binding and Rampant, or we can just let this last Extinction event go. $29 to $24. Uh-huh, that's fine. Do we take the draw? I mean, right now I like my hand the way it is. I'll just take the scry. Another Serpent, sure. Cards in graveyard 1. I guess I can bind their binding if I don't want them to get another card out of their deck, but I don't care that much. So what are we doing next turn? We could just discard a Lockmere, threaten to get it back later. And let's start filling graveyards. It's fine. It's fine. All right, they wait till my turn. I will attack then. There's no way they're actually going to take it. But it's time for some things to hit the yard. Yep, not gonna fight over it, not gonna draw extra cards. Decking the opponent is actually on the table here. So, and if they fill up their graveyard, even better. They're at 3 cards. This will be 4 eventually. We'll play another Lockmere, that'll be 5. Then we get back Lockmeres. 21. They go for Ultimatum. What's left in their deck? They have no Epiphanies. They might have Kiorabest the Sea God. I think we let them do this. And we counter the card that matters. I think most people would snap a counter on the Ultimatum, but I think we can just stop. Oh, okay, they have a Fae of Wishes. I can't afford to let the Sea God resolve, right? They make an 8/8, then we blow up the Sea God thing. How do I get rid of the 8/8? I discard my extinction events. Doesn't really work. We can let them have an epiphany. We don't care too much. And then we can counter the Fae of Wishes. Or what they fetch with the Fae of Wishes. Let's see what they do with it. They might get something that can't be countered, but I'm not sure what that is. A negate? Okay. That's it? That's the best you can do? And you're hard casting Shark Typhoon. Interesting. Well, I guess I have to fight it. Okay. That's interesting. They played this pretty smart. So I have to fight it here. Otherwise, when they negate something, they just get to, they get a shark out of the deal. We do have binding for that Typhoon. Now they have to make sharks. How are they gonna do it? Like, they could just burn their soul shatters. Oh, they're going for Seagate Restoration. That makes a big shark. And they draw a ton of cards. My goodness. My goodness. Death-touching burbs. Be afraid. 13 cards in the deck, though. Now, did they draw Kiorabest the Sea God? Another Shark Typhoon. Okay, so they had all their Shark Typhoons. They were buried at the bottom. They were buried at the bottom of the deck. I thought they were out of gas, man. They're not even close to out of gas. Okay, discard 2. Again. Again. Can do this all day. I wonder, do they have the mana to still fetch an Epiphany and cast it? I don't think so. All right, they go the distance here. They have 13 cards in their graveyard. If I go after this now, well, let's see what they do. Ooh. Let's see what they do. It makes 2 4/4s. My turn. Okay, they don't go for it here. We'll try to cling them. They can respond with a cling. Well, that's their plan, right? Is to cling my Lockmeres. Let's go to my turn. I do think we should try this, though. They'll cling in response and make some 1/1s. But at least, but we don't get a card that way. Okay, so we should say my turn then. All right, how do we win? They have to cling in response. And then we can cling what they try to cling. Okay, so they do that. They've got 8 cards in their graveyard. This has to be at sorcery speed, so that won't do. So I can counter that by doing this, and I get rid of the Lockmere that is targeted. How do I see it? How do I see which Lockmere is targeted? I think it's this one, but I can't tell. There's no way to tell. That's really unfortunate. Did I get it? Nope, didn't get it. That's frustrating. We did draw the Shadow's Verdict, though. I guess we let them have that Lockmere. That's really frustrating. I had a plan there. Let's see if they cling again. They probably should, right? So now we have enough to Binding and Verdict. The opponent will get to Fae of Wishes. They still have a Kiora the Sea God in the deck that can definitely beat us. All right, so now they are targeting this Cling. If we move that Cling, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we have 1, 2, 3. I guess we don't Binding this turn. That's really rough, because I think that we need to. So I think we let the opponent have this card. It all comes down to this, guys. All right. One less Shark Typhoon. Shadow's Verdict, take out the sharks. Draw a Tome. Ugin. Well, let's see what they can do. What do they get with this Fae of Wishes? Last time they just got a negate. And they have 11 cards in their deck, and they cast Ultimatum? Okay. I mean, we're going to put back the Kiora the Sea God, and they're going to get 2 things. Do they have anything good? I mean, okay. Valky doesn't really do much. And another Shark Typhoon? I guess we'll put back the Typhoon. So where's the Kiora the Sea God? Is it in their hand? Or did we somehow get rid of it? I don't think so. So if they fetch another counterspell and we don't draw a counterspell, then the Ugin doesn't happen. But maybe they'll counter the Binding, probably not. All right, they hit land and another Ultimatum. 8 cards in their deck. And they hit another negate. Yep. All right, come on. We need to draw either a counterspell or a sweeper. Draw land. I don't think there's a way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we can draw off Cling. How about Lockmere? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We get 3 draws with the Serpent, but none with enough mana left over. So I guess we're better clinging. Wow. Interesting. lets it resolve. What kind of a maniac are we dealing with? How do we get to that Tybalt through a negate? The opponent just doesn't care right now. They're gonna get another 7/7. I mean, I guess we hit the Typhoon. Do they have a Shark? Do they have one more in hand and they're going to make an instant speed Shark on end step? I can't think of much more. They're playing around an Ugin. Like, they are literally sitting there playing around an Ugin right now. All right, you got a Binding. You have 6 cards in your deck. There's the or the Kiora Best to See God, I should say. All right. So that resolves. We have another Ugin in the deck and 19 cards. So does the opponent have another Jwari Disruption? Let's do some research. Nope. So we can cast the Lockmere or we can try to use Cling to Dust. The Lockmere can flash in and block the 8/8, which might be a big game next turn. They do have the Soul Shatter, which we have to navigate somehow. I think we go for this and they might Soul Shatter it. But it attacks the Tybalt, which they want to ultimate, so they're going to Soul Shatter now, which means they don't have it for the Coma or the Ugin. We draw the negate. I think we just did it. I think we just did it. Patience is a win con, folks. All your cool win cons. You have 6 cards left. You have 1 card in hand. You have 5 cards in graveyard. Let's go ahead and get them. I could probably figure out what that last card is. Like, does it beat a Coma? How many Heartless Acts? 1, 2, 3, 3. Could be a Heartless Act. No, they would have Heartless Acted the Lockmere instead of Soul Shattering it. They don't have it. They ain't got it. Here comes Bay of Wishes. What's it gonna do? So far, they've only fetched counter spells with Bay of Wishes. 2 lands to the bin. Honestly, beating a deck with Fey of Wishes without Fey of Wishes is so hard. You're at such a disadvantage if they're the player who has it. But they've still got to finish the job, and so do we. They go get Ugin. Ugin has to minus for 7. I mean, that keeps them alive a little longer. Face? Wow. Okay. What's the plan? Emergent Ultimatum. With 5 cards. What are you doing? Is that giving up? What could you get? All right, a bunch of removal and the Shark Typhoon. The last win con is the Shark Typhoon. Okay. So we'll put that back in the deck. No problem. The opponent will put one of these on the stack and then the other, and when they're both on the stack, we'll make Coma indestructible. Uh-huh. That doesn't work the way you think it does. Or maybe you're just trying to get me to make a mistake. Make sure I selected the right thing. I clicked too fast. Indestructible, yep. What a draw. Okay, no cards in hand. We don't have to worry about this Fae. Face is the place. Bind the Ugin.
My research has concluded.
Keep making 3/3s. The Coma Coil is coming for ya. Finding the old gods. The target. The Coma. Gain indestructible. Are we still playing Magic? Because I got more. What is there, 5 cards? So if this dies, we get to get it back. That's good. We have 17 cards in the deck. Let's draw. We've done it all, man. We have used every part of the buffalo in this one. But all I want is one negate in my hand, or one saw it coming. Oh my goodness. And apparently we had a lot of land left in our deck. Opponent will not surrender. Do they still have more tricks up their sleeve? Is it posturing? I don't know. But that's all land off the top. That is 5 straight land off the top all of a sudden. After drawing some really clutch cards, 6 straight lands off the top. There's still a Saw It Coming in the deck, and a Negate, and an Ugin, and an Omen of the Sea, but we drew 6 straight land. We definitely have enough mana to get deeper. This is a wasted card, so we're not playing that. There's this, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 plus 7, 16. Can get you to 1. Opponent goes to 1. So on their upkeep, we tap their Fae of Wishes, and its abilities can't be activated, so that by the time they draw their second card, they can't fetch with it. So no granted for you. 1 card left in your deck. Can't do it. Coma shuts it down. That second ability, tap target permanent, its activated abilities can't be activated. It's a Binding the Old Gods. Of course it is. All right, no swamps to sacrifice here. Lockmere has to die. Could sacrifice it to the Coma to make it indestructible. I guess that would have been fine. So are we done? All right, have you had enough? Do we get roped after all this? Okay. Let's see. I guess I need to wait to get this back. We could exile from our own graveyard. Guess that's the play. Another land. We would have to exile the Serpent. All right, let's just say go. I'm pretty sure we won, but they are making me nervous. Oh my gosh, 7 straight land. Kill him. Okay, we're done here. We're done here. What was this game? And we are back. Or the post-game wrap. And I'm tired. Guys, I'm tired. I need a nap after the post-game wrap. Because that was a grueling one, and I'm pretty sure I played badly in a few spots. Watching it back, there's a lot of things I think I'd do differently as the game wore on, but we did come out with the victory. Some truly epic wizard magic. Not your typical aggro on aggro fare. Haha, shots fired. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and sorry for the long video, but I'm not really sorry. I'm actually pretty excited that we got to do it. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.